Come along with me as I restore this Herman Miller slatted bench for a client. The failing finish easily came off with a carbide scraper. A detailed scraper was used on the smaller connecting pieces. I removed the rusted screws and rusted feet glides to be cleaned up later. The failing finish on the legs could then be scraped off using the carbide scraper and a curved, detailed attachment. The legs were then sanded smooth with 220 followed by 320 grit sandpaper. Using a foam sanding pad kept the curves intact on the sides of the legs. Two rounds of oxalic acid were applied to the top and sides to remove any stains, then rinsed well with water. Once dry, the top and sides were sanded with 150, 180, 220, and 320 grit sandpaper. Small cracks in the joints were filled with wood glue, followed by sanding dust. In between the slats got sanded with 220 grit sandpaper to smooth out the existing finish. The legs were ebonized using India ink, and once that dried, I sanded it smooth with 600 grit sandpaper. Two-part epoxy was applied to a small gouge and then left to dry and sanded smooth. The screws and slides were cleaned up with 220 followed by 320 grit sandpaper. A water-based pre-stain conditioner was applied to the bench top as well as the sides. A non-toxic water-based stain by We Refinish was used on the top and sides in the color Rich Caramel. The stain was allowed to dry for at least 12 hours and then hand sanded smooth with 600 grit sandpaper. A non-toxic finish by Odie's oil was used to seal the entire piece. The finish was allowed to set up for 1 hour. The finish was then buffed dry. Here's a reminder of where the piece started. Thank you so much for watching.